Welcome to the 2024 Spring Trend Report. I am going to tell you my top 10 spring trends and how I'm wearing them and why I think they're amazing. So welcome back to the August Diaries. My name is Jill. I am a lifestyle, beauty, fashion influencer. I feel like I'm actually not very spring today. It's a beautiful day, but it's quite cold right now. So I'm kind of not like wearing shorts or anything yet, which I guess is more summer anyway. But I still like to do a lot of layering in the spring. So there'll be like jackets and all that kind of stuff. I think that people should look at trends like a menu and you basically pick and choose what you want, what works for your body, what works for your lifestyle, and then you shut the menu and put everything else away because we do not need to be wearing a ton of trends. We do not need to be wearing something that doesn't make us feel amazing or that doesn't work for our lifestyle. No, thank you. I'm also going to be talking at the end of the video about a few trends that I will not be incorporating into my wardrobe and trends that like didn't really resonate with me. With that being said, let's jump into the trends. Okay, so the first one is a white dress. Groundbreaking. A white dress is just something that I feel like will always be popular for spring. There are so many different iterations that you can wear with the nicer weather. It's fresh, simple, clean. There were definitely some white dresses going down the runway this season at the Row, at Prada, at Ferragamo. The amazing thing about a white dress is that you can basically wear almost any style. Like a white dress could be like a structured denim dress like I'm wearing, or it could be like a super ethereal boho vibe. It could be more structured like a shift, or it can be edgier. You can really tailor this trend to your style, which is partly why I love it so much. Something else about a white dress is that there's like minimal effort involved. It always looks really chic and summery and fresh. It's an easy way to throw on like a one-piece outfit and look really put together and chic. This is not something that's just purely going to be a spring 2024 trend, which is great because as nice as these trend videos are, I think it's really important to invest in pieces that you really love and that you're going to wear a lot. I am not one to promote overconsumption and buy. You should watch this video, take the information, and then pull things out of your closet that you already have. Maybe add one or two pieces that you need to update your wardrobe. It's more just about the information and key pieces that I really love. So the next trend is the trench coat. And again, not a crazy spring trend. Obviously, we've seen the trench coat before, so pull out your old one. I ended up getting a new one from Geox, and it is maybe my favorite trench coat that I've ever owned. It is so soft. It's made from recycled polyester, and it's just such a versatile piece. It is like a perennial spring outerwear favorite. Also goes really well into fall. Layers really well. It's so chic. I love the camel color, but you can also do like a black color or a khaki green color. It's a really stylish and functional choice. This version with Geox is water repellent and wind blocking, so it really is a practical piece as well. I also really love that you can dress a trench coat up or down. I like a slightly more oversized look to make it a little bit more modern, so I went with a size medium in this one. So this was also on the runways at Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, Ferragamo. Designers are starting to understand that people want sustainability and they want to wear things from past seasons. As much as fashion pushes buying, people are starting to understand that investing in pieces and then using them again and again is a much better way to go. Okay, let's talk about denim. Denim is just something that I will always wear no matter the season, no matter the year. The silhouettes and the colors definitely change with denim, but it is a staple in my wardrobe. When spring comes around, I will sometimes go for a lighter wash of denim, which I think looks really fresh and chic. Looks also really good with some pastels. There's definitely a resurgence of interesting silhouettes like the horseshoe jean, for example, which I know can be very controversial and people are quite divided on it. I think it can be really flattering. I think that the volume in the legs can actually make your waist look smaller, especially if you have some height. It makes your legs look longer. I just think they're really cool and it's like an interesting way to wear denim in a more modern way. Obviously, Obviously, denim is not a new trend, but it was all over the runways on some of the higher end designers like Valentino and Gucci and Stella McCartney. There was some Western inspiration from there, but there was also just like a great baggier pair of denim that you can pair with like a cute little white top or a tank top. The amazing thing about denim is that you can dress it up in so many different ways. Basically wear it with almost anything in your wardrobe, whether you go for the horseshoe trend or the lower slung baggier trend, or you just want like a really classic, beautiful straight leg jean. There's always going to be a pair of denim that works for you and your body. Definitely don't wear a super trendy denim silhouette that you don't feel like works for you just because other people are wearing it. And also don't forget denim on the top. I'm such a big fan of the Canadian tuxedo, and it can definitely veer on the more Western side, or you can make it look a little bit more polished and chic with your accessories. The next trend is also blue, but it's more of like a light icy blue. It's something that I really love and actually have incorporated right here. It was a hugely popular color on the runway. You can see it at Givenchy, Stella McCartney, this amazing icy blue coat at Proenza Schouler. Fendi. It's a very feminine, romantic color, very fresh. And I think in turn that actually looks really beautiful in more masculine shapes, like this very menswear inspired blue shirt. I feel like it's gonna be such a staple in my spring wardrobe. You know, you can wear it super, super casual with like bike shorts and flip-flops. You can dress it up with your silhouetted denim and heels. It is such a beautiful color. I think that some people can kind of be afraid of color, but there are actually so many ways to wear it. So you can start out a little bit more basic and use black as a base, whether it's like black trousers or a skirt, or you can go full spring and pair it with a pastel, you know, like a white, cream, some kind of a lighter color like that. Or this is one of my favorites, you can color block it with red. It can kind of be any shade of red. It could be like super bright like this, or more of like a tomato red or a burgundy, but this kind of blue and red looks so, so stunning together. There was some color blocking that I really loved. This color is also really youthful and kind of brings that quality to your outfit as well. Okay, the next trend is the loafer. This is something that has been popular for the last few years, and I really don't think that it's going anywhere. You can either do a chunkier version or a more sleek version, kind of whatever suits your style the best. They are such a timeless and versatile footwear option, and they really seamlessly transition from season to season. These ones from Geox have the Spherica technology. There's like amazing breathability and cushioning. I mean, Geox shoes in general are just the most comfortable shoes of all time. I can't even tell you. The loafer can be styled in so many different ways, from really casual to more formal. I really like to wear them almost in like a contrasting way. I'm not really a conservative or preppy dresser in general, but then adding in a loafer to a look can kind of give that like unexpected edge. It's almost like the wrong shoe theory, if you have heard of that Alison Bornstein came up with on social media, but it just can make an outfit feel fresh and unexpected. I would almost wear a loafer in place of like a flat or a sneaker. And then I also really love that they're in general really gender neutral. I mean, obviously any clothes can be worn by anybody, but the loafer is quite gender neutral. Okay, the Western trend is huge. You can thank Pharrell at Louis Vuitton for that. You can also thank Cowboy Carter, Beyonce, for the Western trend really coming to the forefront. As somebody who kind of doesn't really tend to veer Western very much, like I don't love a cowboy boot or a cowboy hat or something, I think that there are really cool ways that you can incorporate Western with like smaller touches, like a belt or some kind of studding, or again with like the Canadian tuxedo, which reads a little bit Western but isn't too costumey. Western really brings that like rugged charm, Americana kind of vibe. You can also wear a jean jacket over just an outfit that you would normally wear, and that also brings a little bit of a Western vibe too. I really love that the juxtaposition of a Western accessory with a really modern silhouette or modern outfit feels really like fresh and fashion forward. Look for like metal hardware, whether it's in belts or on shirts or in other kind of accessories. You can totally do like the full Western thing if you want to, but as somebody who doesn't really vibe with that, I'm kind of bringing this trend in with the accessories. Okay, next we're going to talk about two shoe trends kind of in one, and that is the platform shoe and the white shoe. These shoes from Geox are some of my favorite heels that I've ever had. These are so comfortable. I think that the heel design is absolutely stunning. It's such a unique and different design on something that's like really classic and retro, which I really love. So I'm a huge fan of platforms, because they're so much more comfortable than regular heels. Just adding the height on the ball of your foot makes such a difference. And I find that I can go so much longer in platform heels. And they also give you a lot more stability because they're thicker. They kind of will add like a retro statement making touch to any outfit. White feels really fresh for spring. Obviously, we already talked about the white dress, but white heels is a little bit more of an unexpected pop of color, if you will. I think it looks really good with like neutrals or more colorful things. The white can actually make the color stand out as well. Apparently searches on Google for white shoes have like gone through the roof. So it's a huge trend. You can see it on a lot of different runways in lots of different ways, whether it's flats or like I'm talking about the platform heel, or you can even go with all white sneaker. So the next trend is something that I mentioned in my previous style video, but it is the athletic preppy trend. I like that they've kind of brought the preppy trend forward and into spring, adding in the athletic vibe. This was seen so much at Miu Miu. They did such an amazing job with it. You can see that there's a lot of layering with a more structured shirt. They have the blazers, so it's still kind of fashion forward without being too kind of like athletic casual, but it is a more casual trend, which I think is really cool. It's almost like Gossip Girl-esque preppy with a more sporty element. Louis Vuitton had a beautiful bomber jacket with a skirt. That's a really easy way to incorporate the more athletic preppy trend without going outside of your comfort zone too much. So definitely look for stripes, polos, rugby shirts. Those are really big. Mixing textures is beautiful. Also a lot of layering. Think very like old school Ralph Lauren, but on like a college campus. So a little bit more casual, a little bit more athletic. The next trend is the skirt. Again, very groundbreaking. Skirts have definitely been having a moment in the last year or two. I am not really a skirt person, but I've started wearing them quite a bit and I really love them. Or in the fall, winter, I was wearing a maxi skirt, also pairing my knee-length skirts with boots. But I think now is a really great time to be wearing a knee-length skirt with more of an open toe shoe. I think that looks really chic. A lot of people will already have skirts in their wardrobes that they can pull out and kind of pair with a fresher shoe or different accessories to update it for the season. Skirts are such a quintessential spring wardrobe staple, and there's so many styling possibilities that you can do for so many different occasions. You can go with a maxi skirt, a midi skirt. You can do mini, which has been huge this year. It kind of reminds me of being a teenager a lot, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So I'll have to see if I'm going to get into the mini skirt, but never say never. You can go with a more flowy bohemian skirt or something a little bit more structured. The pencil skirts at Gucci with the slit up the front were like chef's kiss, amazing. Also, the pencil skirts at Saint Laurent paired with a casual tank top were so beautiful. Their skirts are feminine, they're comfortable, they can be really practical, although in general, I don't really recommend wearing a skirt if you're gonna be running around with your child. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to flash people, and so in general, I don't really wear them when I'm running around with my son. I think that like at Saint Laurent, juxtaposing a really feminine skirt with something a little bit more masculine, like a white shirt or a tank top or just a plain white t-shirt is super chic. The skirt is also a really great way to experiment with textures, whether you want to do something leather or cotton or silk. I love how a skirt will really add femininity and movement to any outfit. So the last trend we're going to talk about is the jacket. Again, this is kind of a wider category of trend, and it's really all about different shapes and textures. So leather is having a really big moment, like at JW Anderson, and also at Hermes, their leather was really beautiful. Leather is great for spring because it's such a versatile transitional piece. It can be really warm. You can layer up with leather, or you can just throw it over a dress or a t-shirt. Tailored and relaxed blazers in a more oversized silhouette. They are still a huge favorite of mine. This is a vintage Armani blazer. It's a little bit oversized, kind of menswear inspired, and it's still one of my absolute favorites. Bombers, that is a really great way of adding adding a sportier or more casual touch to your outfit. Again, going back to the athletic preppy trend. Other jackets like moto jackets or utility jackets can also provide a little bit of edge to an otherwise more feminine outfit. You know, like a white dress and a classic moto jacket is such a great juxtaposing outfit. It's one of my favorites. The mindset of looking at trends like you're looking at a menu is such a great way of thinking about it, because you're really picking what's best for you and your body and your lifestyle. Fashion is such a personal and subjective thing. And so if you love these trends, if you wear them, that's amazing. With that being said, let's talk about a few trends that I will not be incorporating into my wardrobe. Obviously, the floral trend is always really big in the spring, and I will sometimes do it if I'm going to a wedding with like a dress or something. But in general, the floral trend, and particularly the rose trend that's been really big this year, is not really my thing. I tend to not go for really feminine pieces in general. And if I do, I really like something that's a little bit more edgy. Like for example, the icy blue color is a more feminine color, but I tend to like it in a more masculine shape, like the shirt. I'm also not the biggest fan of prints. Like I like incorporating prints here and there. I like the animal print trend, but doing a ton of prints is something that I think can date your wardrobe quite easily. So that's just something to keep in mind. That being said, I do think that like leopard, snakeskin, those kind of prints will always be in style and are always so beautiful. Another trend that I'm not loving is the fringe trend, which kind of goes with the Western trend. I just kind of over the fringe. I, for some reason, feel like it looks dated. I think it's just a little bit too fussy for me. A lot of people can make it work and make it look really cool. It's just not really my thing. Lastly, the girl core trend that's like very ballerina driven, very feminine, lots of like beautiful pale pinks. And in general, I actually really love pale pink. It's not really my vibe. In general, I tend to look better in a little bit more masculine shapes with a little bit more edge. That's really more of what my style is. And the super girly kind of like ballet core, girl core is something that I will definitely be missing this season. That is my 2024 trend report. I would love to hear your thoughts. Which trends are you loving? Which are you hating? What are you actually going to be incorporating into your own wardrobe? I hope that this was helpful. Again, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.